life can be hard. Life can be tough. But the thing about this is it's okay. We go through life and we often get told that you need to be happy, you need to be positive, you need to be joyful. You have complete control over how you feel, over your own emotional well-being. And yes, to a large extent, this is true. The act of smiling does make you happier, focusing on having a positive mindset, on living a life that's meaningful to you, on engaging in activities you enjoy, on being with people you like being with. All of these things do make you happier. They do help your emotional well-being. But the thing with negative emotions is they're part of being human. And so trying to run away from them would be like running away from being human, like saying whatever it is that's caused them didn't happen, doesn't exist. If there's a very good reason to, it's important as humans to live through and experience these negative emotions. These will help us come to terms with events, to get to know ourselves better, and if necessary to think and reflect on anything that's happened so we can learn from it if necessary. Don't let the negative emotions take over, live through them, and then move on. And so now on this idea of negative, positive emotions, it's so easy as people to let external factors that really we have only limited or no control over affect our sense of self-worth, affect how we feel about ourselves, how well we think we're doing each day. You know, it might be the opinions of another person, it might be the outcomes of external events. But what it's better to try to do is to allow things we have complete control over to affect how successful we think we're being each day, to affect how we feel about ourselves each day. You know, are we living each day by our values? Are we working hard each day? Are we putting our all into the things we do? Are we helping people? Are we looking after our family, looking after our friends? Are we working on our self-development? And then these are things we have complete control over. And so it's much more likely that we will feel a much greater sense of self-worth. And in turn, that will make us more content, more relaxed, more composed. And then we can think more rationally, more logically, more open-mindedly. For a lot of the time, the external factors, they will be important. You know, we don't live in a bubble, we're not on our own in the universe. We are part of a wider community, a wider society, a wider world. And so things that are happening with other people, with external events, often they are important. But if we focus on what we're doing first, that will allow us to identify when there is something externally that maybe we should and we can change. And focusing on people, you know, it's so easy in life to think negatively of maybe other people's intentions, especially when there's no clarity, when there's unknown. Maybe we're waiting for something to happen, we're waiting to hear back from someone, we're waiting for someone to finish something, and it's so easy to get anxious, to feel negatively about it, think maybe they've forgotten, maybe they don't want to do it, maybe they're unhappy, they're angry about something. But again, go back, focus on yourself, focus on the things you enjoy, focus on the things you can control, and you'll see a lot of the time, just be patient, people will come through. People are busy, people have other commitments, you know, people are good-natured, they will come through and everything will be okay. And on that, there's this idea of trust. You know, this is something that's come up again in my life this year. It's something that I've experienced in the past. You know, there's a very fine line between when you should trust people, when you should trust situations. You know, you can't go through life not trusting anything, not trusting anyone, but then you do have to be cautious as well, because sometimes opportunities, sometimes things you hear will be too good to be true. So for that, the best approach, I guess, really is to be open-minded. Be open-minded to new people, to new experiences, but stay logical, stay rational, to make sure you are approaching everything sensibly. You are approaching everything according to your values, according to what the best way to do things are. This then leads us to the idea of taking action. We often get told that you shouldn't spend your whole life waiting around, thinking about doing, but you should take action. And yes, this is true to a very, very high extent, although sometimes initially it is good to take a step back and to plan, to think things through as far as you need to, just to make sure you're not going at things in an irrational way, you're not being overly impulsive. But that only goes so far. You have to always reflect, be honest with yourself, and think, am I really thinking in a productive way now, or am I just going around in circles and avoiding taking action? And then at that time, that's the time when you do want to push forward, you do want to take action. And the great thing about taking action is, yes, it is hard. A lot of the time, you might be doing something new, you might be pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. But the great thing about that is when you do it, it's really a win-win situation, because no matter what the outcome, you've always gained something from it. You have pushed yourself forward, you have tried something new, you have put yourself out there. And no matter what the outcome, even if there may be some negative feelings initially, later on you will feel a lot more confident, you will feel stronger, you will feel more invincible, because you know there's a new challenge you've taken on, and you'll be able to use that to drive you with confidence to take on new challenges in the future, to help drive forward and work towards building a life that you want. That leads us back again to people. It can be very natural to want to prove ourselves, to want to shine, but as you go forward, you reflect, you realise that a lot of what's part of being a leader, doing well yourself, is allowing other people the space to grow, the other people the space to reflect, other people the space to learn. You know, part of the life you experience is not only what you do, but often what you can build, what you can do alongside other people, the relationships you can build together, the way you can help each other to have mutually better lives. And the thing about people is that everyone is different. And something I'm learning more and more as I get older is, yes, what someone else is doing, it may well be different to what we're doing in our life, what we think is a way we would want to live our life. But remember, everyone is important. The work everyone does is so important for the world. Whether you are working for yourself, making passive income, whether you are making the next billion-dollar company, or whether you are following one of the so many career paths, job paths out there. You know, we shouldn't look up or down on people differently. We're all people, we're all here sharing this world together, and everyone is important. And with that, the way we treat people really does go a long way. You know, when I was a child, my dad said one of the most important things in life is being nice to people. When I first came to China, where I live now, my first boss said to me, one of the most important things here at our school, I'm a teacher, is being positive every day, bringing that positive energy in the way you react, the way you interact with other people. And I've seen that it does go a long way, being positive towards everyone, being nice to everyone, giving other people good feedback. That is what will help have a big impact on everyone around you and in turn on you. And that's something that's so important to do as we move forwards to 2026 and beyond. So with that, I will wish you a very, very happy new year.